Hi, I'm Sophie Howard from Higher Tea, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the different varieties of tea out there. It can be quite a confusing space with so many different types of tea and flavours and herbal ones and black and green and oolong. So I thought it would be useful to just quickly run through the differences and help you make a really good decision about choosing a perfect tea for you. So tea comes from one type of plant. It's called Camellia sinensis. It grows in lots of parts of the world. And we work with suppliers in the countries that produce the very, very finest tea. So Sri Lanka grows fabulous tea with their high altitude and perfect climate and perfect soil for really delicious tea. And also India produces some fantastic teas in the foothills of the Himalayas. Our green teas come from the same plant, the tea plant in China and Japan and Vietnam. And our fruit teas and our herbal teas are grown in different parts of the world as well from quite a wide range of sources. So what we do is always work with the suppliers to make sure that the teas are organic where possible. So most teas are certified organic. Some of the ones that aren't certified organic, we know they would meet organic standards, they just don't have the certification yet, so we're going to work with suppliers on that side. And we always make sure that the teas are picked according to fair trade practices, so it is quite a manual process picking tea. There's a lot of beautiful imagery. You probably see some photos on our website of often ladies working in the fields with the basket on their back, picking the first flush of leaves off the top of the tea plant and popping them in the basket on their back. So there's a lot of walking and a lot of collecting tea, and it's a manual process which gives us a premium product. So we always want to know that the workers at the start of our supply chain are being well looked after. Then for the processing side, the black teas go through an oxidation process. So that's basically they're cooked or baked, and that gives them that really robust, delicious, rich flavour. And it means that if you like adding milk or sugar, if you like to have sugar, if you like to add that to your tea, then those are the best teas to do that with. The green teas, on the other hand, are dried, but not oxidised in any way, which is why they retain their green colour, but also that really fresh, zingy, plant-like freshness to the flavour. So they're a bit more delicate to drink. They still have the caffeine in. Both green and black tea have caffeine, not as much as coffee, but still some. And they are quite a different products. So there's a real range of flavours just through the picking and the processing of those tea leaves. And also where the leaves on the plant come from. So the very top two leaves to flourish on the tip of the plant, they're very delicate, a real premium product. And then there's lower grade, bigger leaves further down the plant. So we always aim to get the very premium tips of those tea plants. Oolong tea is an interesting new type, well not new, but increasing in popularity, definitely recently. So it's a partially oxidised tea, so its name means black dragon, which is very exotic, and it's a very popular tea because it's got some of that sort of richness of flavour, but still the freshness of the green tea. It's kind of like a hybrid between green and black, and it's my personal favourite. It's got it's a really delicious, easy to drink tea. You can re-infuse it, and that's the same with our green teas as well. So if you use a teapot with a tea strainer or however you brew your tea, you can always re-steep those green or oolong tea leaves 3 or 4 times and still enjoy a really good cup of tea. That's a good way to do it. We've got some instructions on the website about how to brew the perfect cup. Some of the other teas that we sell are herbal or fruit-based. So a fruit tisane is basically an infusion of a fruit or a root or a part of a plant that's not the tea plant. And some of the popular ones would be, say, mint or chamomile or hibiscus tea. There's all sorts of interesting and exotic teas on our site you might enjoy looking at. So if there's a particular fruit you like, or say the goji berry one, which is jam-packed with antioxidants and has got a really delicious zingy flavour. You might like to check those out. And then rooibos is a African style of tea from a a different plant, and it's got a really earthy, strong flavour that's really delicious, quite a kick to it. Goes well with milk as well. And we also stock yerba mate, which is a South American style of tea, and that's a really interesting one as well. It's quite a different flavour, really refreshing, and it's another one that's quite good if you like coffee and you really like that sort of strong flavour and the kick you feel as you drink it from the caffeine. Yerba mate is similar in that way. It's got a bit of a kick, but it also retains that delicacy and the ritual and the experience of drinking a cup of tea, which I find really special. So they're all worth having a look at. And finally, because I'm a naturopath, and part of the reason for setting up Higher Tea was to help match up people with some of the health benefits of tea, we do also have a few health teas. So we have a depression tea, which is St. John's wort, and a stress tea, which has passion flower. And so like our Detox tea has 9 different herbs which will work to help flush your body of some of the unwanted toxins and fluids. It'll really help you reset and flush out, help with the bloating, help with headaches, improve your skin, improve your digestion, and it'll be a really good kickstart to any weight loss as well. It really just helps cleanse and restore your body. And so that's really been a popular product. And we also sell a weight loss tea. So while our Detox tea is herbal based, it's got 9 different herbs which do different things to help with the detox process. The weight loss tea is still mainly tea based, so it's got pu'er, which is a special fermented tea, and a few different types of oolong tea in that blend, and that's got a real boost for your metabolism in there. So it's a really delicious tea, and if you drink 2 or 3 cups of that a day, it'll really help with weight loss. So that's another good one to have a look at. We've got some other instructions on the website with some tips around brewing the perfect cup of tea, because there is a bit of ceremony and ritual, and you really want to enjoy the experience when you're choosing such a premium product. And some of the other things you might want to think about are buying a really good teapot and a nice set of teacups so that you can really enjoy the experience. And as I mentioned earlier, you can re-infuse or re-steep a lot of those green and herbal teas, and the oolongs as well. So take a look around. Hope you find what you're looking for. I'm always happy to take questions about your preferences, or questions about the products, or questions about any health concerns or interests you may have. And we look forward to hearing from you. So feel free to pop any comments or questions below, and we'll be sure to answer to those. But if you'd like to talk one-on-one, give us a call. The number's on the website, and we'll be delighted to help you out and make sure we've matched you up with the perfect cup of tea for you. Thanks.